Alright, hey guys, remember with CCG back in the video. With this video, we're talking about the new Battlin Boxer support. So it's been a minute since they've gotten any new support, and it looks like this support is actually in this new set that's featuring Soulburner from Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns. And yeah, so potentially new, or obviously new Salamangreat support. As we can see, there's a new Salamangreat monster in the back here, so it's gonna be fun to go over that, since I know that's a big deck for a lot of you guys. Anyways, let's just get started with the Battlin Boxer support. So here we have Battlin Boxer Uppercutter, which is a low 4 Fire Warrior effect monster with 1600 attack, 200 defense, and you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Battlin Boxer or one counter trap from your deck to your hand, except Battlin Boxer Uppercutter. So that makes sense. Just being able to summon this out, search something out. That seems to be the general generic support that they try to add here. So that's great. More searchability for the deck is awesome, and then a counter trap card is great too. I know a lot of those are focused on battle, on the actual battle phase, so they're not that impactful, being able to search them out. And if this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can activate one of these effects. Special summon one Battlin Boxer monster from your graveyard except Battlin Boxer Uppercutter, or set one counter trap from your graveyard. So again, this being able to actually use this card, once you exceed, use this card as a material, then send to the graveyard, or use it for anything else in order to just send it to the grave. It just gives you a lot of value. This is great generic support, being able to as a combo extender here, and yeah, being able to just search out for the counters seems like a solid addition, solid monster that I think is going to be an important staple for the Battlin Boxer. And here we have a new one, which is Battlin Boxer Chief Second. This is a low 4 Fire Warrior effect monster. So this guy looks pretty cool here. He looks like he's the coach or whatever for the Boxer. And when an opponent's monster declares an attack and you control a fire and or warrior monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do negate the attack, then banish one monster in the field until the end phase. So it looks like this is just going to be a way for you to interact when your opponent's attacking you. Being able to banish a monster in the field can be relevant. I don't know if there's any monsters that have effects that activate when they're placed back onto the field. If so, that's going to be pretty relevant, but otherwise being able to just do a non-target banish for your opponent, at least temporarily, is great. And then during your main phase, you can normal summon one Battlin Boxer in addition to your normal summon / set. So that's great, because if you're able to special summon this card out, you get another normal summon. And I think if there's other Battlin Boxer monsters that require normal summons, they're going to be able to utilize their effects. And then here we have Battlin Boxer Promoter. So that's pretty cool. We actually have a promoter here who's wearing a belt. And he is a low 4 Fire Warrior effect monster. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate any of this card's effects, except for Battlin Boxer monsters. Hopefully this is going to be good enough to justify you doing this. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So that's pretty great. Being able to get this card out means that you're just getting a low 4 monster out, and not worried about your opponent killing your first card that you put down. Like for instance, if you require this card to come out in order to really get going, then ashing it might screw you over. But being able to use this, just summon it out, just means you have a safe monster on the board and an exceed that you can potentially go into. You can tribute this card, special summon up to 2 Battlin Boxer monsters with different names for your deck, except Battlin Boxer Promoter. So that's really good. Being able to tribute this card and going straight into your Battlin Boxers, they're not negated at all. This is a really great card already, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard, increase or decrease the level of all Battlin Boxers being controlled by 1. So that seems relevant for the next Exceed here, that's a rank 5. But yeah, pretty solid card, and makes sense that you're not going to be able to summon any Battlin Boxer monsters, because this is pretty powerful. Being able to just summon 2 out from your deck, any 2, just by tributing it, and it doesn't even use up your normal summon. Just means that you get a free exceed out here, and it also gives you the ability to go into your rank 5. So it's a really solid card here. And here is the rank 5, which is a burning Knuckler Shusei no Caesar. So we can see here number 79 Battlin Boxer Commander Caesar, and pretty cool. Let's just look at the art there a little bit. Yeah, just looks like another cool Battlin Boxer. He gains 200 attack for each material attached to it. And then once per turn, if your opponent would special summon a monster, quick effect, you can detach 2 materials from this card, and if you do, negate that summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. So that's pretty cool. If your opponent actually tries to summon a monster, being able to negate that, it's similar to Lagia and a little bit of Solemn, and that's a cool effect to have here just to stop your opponent. And if this card has a number 79 Battlin Boxer Nova Kaiser as material against the effect, Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving your Battlin Boxer monster and an opponent's monster, you can send one Battlin Boxer monster from your hand or deck to the grave, and if you do, attach that opponent's monster to this card as material. So that's pretty cool. So being able to just attack into your since it says when an attack is declared involving your Battlin monster and an opponent's monster, so it doesn't say anything about them having to declare it. It just has to be a attack declaration involving your Battlin Boxer and your opponent's monster. Being able to pitch something to the grave, it can be from deck to grave as well. So if you want to pitch something like this, for instance, promoter, you can do that. I'm sure there's other Battlin Boxer monsters that activate in the grave, but being able to do that and then attaching your opponent's monster as material means they're going to be able to gain attack, and it's a form of removal that's not only unique, but it's non-destructive and non-target. That is a really cool monster here, and it synergizes with the actual idea of the deck and the theming of, you know, boxing and battling. So that's really cool that they're actually able to stick to that. And here we have Burning Knuckler King Depsy, which is Battlin Boxer King Depsy. So we can see here, it's pretty cool. It looks like he's going really fast. It's crazy like all the different type of art they're able to do with just the whole boxing theme. It looks really cool though. And this is the new rank 4. You can only use the first and second of this effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can take one level 4 or lower Fire War monster or Battlin Boxer spell trap from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the grave. So that's pretty good. Just being able to pitch something to the grave or add it to your hand, pretty solid. Yeah, just great searchability and great rank 4 to go into. In the quick effect, you can attach one material from your Exceed monster, and if you do, your opponent cannot target Battling monster you control with effects this turn. So that's good. That could be decent. Just being able to protect your Battling Boxer monsters is great because it does it for your entire turn. So you can potentially just protect yourselves from imperms and stuff like that just from the beginning of turn if you decide to just do this. And then, you know, continue to play from there if you want to use up this card for something else. But potentially really good at rank 4, and I think there's going to be some pretty fun combos that you can do using these cards, because these cards looks like they give you a good amount of interactions with your opponent and good for establishing a first turn board. And then here is the final card, and it's a counter trap. So this is Battlin Boxing Cross Counter. So it's a new counter trap card that you're able to search out. You can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect, destroy one Battlin Boxer or number Exceed monster you control. And if you do, negate the activation. And if you do that, destroy the monster. Just destroy that monster. And then you can special in one Battlin Boxer Exceed monster from your extra deck with a different name from your destroyed monster. And if you do, attach that card to its material. So that's pretty cool. Not only this is a monster negate that you're able to activate during your opponent's turn. And it is built in as a counter trap. You're able to search this card out, and being able to pop a card that does kind of suck, but obviously you're going to get some value out of it by just especially when you're Battlin Boxer monster from your extra deck with a different name. So the great thing about that is that you're able to pop, like let's say for instance you pop Battlin Boxer Nova Kaiser here. You can actually attach it as a material and then get this guy out, and then from there you're able to gain this effect. So pretty solid card and pretty fun to search out. And this is probably going to be the best one out of them, because from what I remember, the other ones are focused on battling. And this one's actually gives you some interaction for first turn play, for being able to set this out, and actually worth searching out. And really cool art. We can see here, this is the whole like Goku Vegeta punch thing. Really sick to see here. But let me know what you guys think about the new support. I think it's really good, and I think it's actually going to help the deck while sticking true to the theme. And yeah, just make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.